See, this is the Rivals community in a nutshell right here. All right, y'all, look here. I just want to vent out my frustrations on something right here on the Rivals community. All right, I've been playing some ranked, right? I've been having some great games. Like I got MVP in one game. I haven't played ranked in a while, by the way, right? Because of just due to the toxicity and stuff like that, right? I just can't really handle it. But my first few games on you know, competitive. They were fairly good matches and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll start playing and stuff like that, right? And then we got this match right here. All right, I went 12-7. My performance isn't really the best, I know, right? But I tried my absolute hardest this game. I got 16,000 damage and 14,000 damage block and 8 final hits. Not the best performance, all right? That's on me. But that's because look at the comp that they were running. You see, the enemy team here actually decided to switch up their comp. The thing is, they didn't have this comp at the start of the game. They decided to swap up the comp, though, right? Communicate with each other to counter my dive because I was fucking them up at the beginning of the round. I was being a big nuisance to them. So they swapped the comp. They went Punisher, they went Scarlet, and obviously we got Penny, and right, those counter my dive. They do really counter my dive. Now Cloak and Dagger and Invis don't really counter my dive. Well, mostly Invis for the most part. But and look at the comp that we are running. Look at our Iron Man. Our Iron Man didn't do his best, you see right here, right? And you know what? I'm not gonna shit on him for that. You know what I mean? But he should have made some swaps because the Iron Man really wasn't gonna work here. I'm not going to lie. He wasn't like he did some pretty good damage and stuff like that, right? You know, right? But the Iron Man was just not working, right? If anything, he should have also swapped up the comp maybe to a Punisher if he knew how to play Punisher, or Scarlet if he knew how to play Scarlet. You know what I mean, right? Whatever, right? And then we got our Thor right here, who is the SVP. Keep in mind, I'm gonna be honest with you. MVP in this game is it's a big like kind of like hit or miss. Like sometimes the MVP is valid, sometimes it really just does not fucking matter at all. And SVP, in my opinion, you know it, you know what, maybe it's the same thing as MVP, right? Except you lost the game, of course, right? And then we got White Tank over here as well. He didn't do his best either, but you know what? He tried, and you know what? I'll give him props for that. At least this whole entire team tried their best, right? But my Thor, look at how much swaps he has made, right? He made all of these swaps right here, right? Because he was trying to change up the comp, trying to make something work right here, right? All good, right? Same with our other tank right over here. Did you guys make any swaps? No, you didn't. What about our Iron Man? No, our Iron Man just stayed on Iron Man. I stayed on Daredevil the entire time because Daredevil was working, right? Now, why didn't I swap off of Daredevil, when you got a Penny, Punisher, and a Scarlet? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I expected my Iron Man to help shoot the Penny mines for me or whatever, right? Or maybe my Iron Man would have swapped to Punisher for me, gave me the team up, right? Helped me a little bit, and I thought we would have done a better job at shooting the Penny mines, right? I expect my team. Well, I don't expect my team, but it's more so hoping that my team will shoot the Penny mines because obviously as Daredevil, I cannot do that, right? Because I'm a melee, right? Now, if I was on Magic or whatever, maybe I should have swapped to Magic. I'm not sure. If I was on Magic, I could easily get the penny mines with my demon. But the thing is, I'm dive, right? I shouldn't always be going for penny mines, right? Sometimes every now and then, yeah. But I shouldn't always, you know what I mean, right? If we can get a hit scan. Now, maybe I should have swapped the hit scan and stuff like that, right? Maybe I should have made some swaps, right? Yeah, that's on me. I'll take responsibility for that. But look at our Thor. Instead of cooperating with the team, right? Saying, hey, let's make some swaps. Let's swap to this. Let's swap to that. Switch up the comp a little bit because this game was very, very winnable. Excuse my brother in the background if you heard him. Um, Very winnable. Instead, he decided to just say this at the end of the game. By the way, at the end of the game, and yeah, our Iron Man initiated a surrender, and that's how I knew we just lost the game because decided to initiate a surrender, even though it was literally the start of the second round. And keep in mind, y'all, keep in mind, they only had us up by 1 point, right? The game was incredibly winnable, bro. And so when I saw that surrender, I was shocked because I was like, bro, just make some swaps. Our Thor decided to be a little toxic little bastard right here, though, and instead of talking mid game to maybe make up to help give the team some comms or whatever, after the game ended, he decided to be very, very not nice. and not toxic. And obviously, I fired back a little bit as well, right? I kind of just left the match straight after that because I just didn't want to deal with the toxicity, right? But this is what I mean by the Marvel Rivals community. How are we supposed to win a team-based game if our teammates are not being teammates? Instead of just shitting on each other, being toxic as fuck to each other, right? This is I love this game. All right, I love Marvel Rivals. I absolutely adore this game. I play it very frequently, right? But I hate its community. And this is why I don't play ranked. This is why you mainly see me maybe in 18v18, some zombies, some arcade, or maybe just chilling out in Doom match and practice Doom, right? Because I cannot stand this community, right? I don't play ranked like this anymore because nobody wants to be teammates in a team-based game. This is very frustrating for me, and this is why I wish I had a duo mate, or whatever, right? Like maybe like a trio. I think they had it back 4 stack into the game. I'm pretty sure. See, that would be pretty nice because I cannot stand solo queuing anymore. Nobody wants to just be cooperative anymore in this toxic ass community. But yeah, it's just what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to vent out my frustrations here and stuff, right? I know I went on a little 6 minute yap session right here. Yeah. But anyways, let me hear your thoughts on this.